Vanakkam Namaste or Sitaram, and welcome to another video where in this one we'll look at the aspect of the tripundra tika. Tripundra tika is the one that is straight across the forehead, where you see most, well, like as Lord Shiva has. A Shivit devotee will have that. One or two different Shaktas will have that, or who doing sadhana for Mahadev will have that. You will normally see these particular aspects of tilak done with ashes. These are ashes from different types of homums that has been done. Right. In the last video, we discussed the significance of using ashes and how important it is and how potent it is. Now we are seeing it being used now with tripundra aspect, or tripundra tilak across the forehead. Right. Using the ashes with this particular tilak is very, very, very potent. A lot of the doshas, a lot of sins are eradicated, a lot of pathways are open. It is recommended that when one is doing morning sandhya, that they start with that. If one can apply that tilak in particular with ashes for the morning sandhya, the midday and the evening, it is more or less. It is perfect, it is serene, it is very much powerful, and so forth. Now, one thing I must mention here, each aspect of that, now applying it up to that point, there are different variations how people may apply it. You may see people use the wedding ring finger, the middle finger, and the forefinger on your right hand. That you will get, that is mentioned in the Maharshi Puran. In the Devi Puran or the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that to apply it, you using for each mark, one is done with the wedding finger, one is done with the middle finger, and one is done with the thumb. All right, let me repeat that again. In the Sri Puran, it mentions of more or less utilizing the wedding finger, middle finger, and the forefinger. In the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, it gives you aspect of using the wedding finger, the middle finger, and the thumb. We go back to the Bhuta Dhamara, where we see when they're asking about aspect of doing oblations, right, doing oblations, whatever, what fingers they give, and even when performing Japan, which was also the wedding finger, the middle finger, and the thumb, right? So we see a repeat in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam where this is also connected to those different Puranas or different Tantras that gives the use of these particular fingers. And these fingers are used to make that tripundra tika, right? Or tika, depending on how you pronounce as a tika or tika, however you pronounce it, right? And it is very potent. It gives aspects in different sadhanas that one, even up to Brahmins, have to use it. Different the householders, everybody, no one is excluded from having. When you're doing sadhanas, especially for Mahadev, or when you're beginning your sadhana, one must actually utilize using bhasma and that particular tilak, the tripundra tilak, to start your sadhana, to start your devotion and so forth, which more or less brings about victory and merits in doing that in particular. So, we see in the last video where using ashes are very potent, especially when they are taken from different homums and so forth, and because they are done with different aspects. We see the use of using the ashes with doing tilak in this aspect, putting tilak, and this aspect of that tripundra aspect of the three marks across the forehead. You will see some people have across their arms, their shoulders, their arms, and whatever, and so forth. This will see like different. These are great, like the agoris and the aspect of the Shivits, and these worship our Lord Shiva will more or less take themselves and that to more or less sanctify their limbs when they're doing their pranams, they're doing their different sadhanas at different aspects, whatever. They will tilak them, they will take themselves with the bhasma in this particular way to doing their sadhana. So I hope this in particular has more or less, given you some new reverence and respect to the ticket aspect, right, and to the use of ashes in this aspect of using it for tika, for taking your limbs, or just that for it to do in your different sadhanas, which I believe can bring very much great merits to you when you're doing your different sadhanas and so forth. That you might be advised by your guru, your pandita, your pujari, or your spiritual leader that you're sitting under. So I hope this video has been more or less educational to you, and it has been more or less fulfilling and uplifting. Vanakkam, namaste, or sitaram.